Yeah, hello and welcome to another update video about Bitcoin and Cardano. Bitcoin has started to move again. It even touched 39k today, so it's all going as expected pretty much. No real surprises here. Cardano is starting to wake up now as well with around 4% upside in the last 24 hours, and we're going to take a look at that as well. So let's start with Bitcoin. Bitcoin here, in my opinion, still in the downtrend, so it's actually in a clear downtrend, have been forming here this ABC pattern, this larger scale after we moved up here in April, made a larger wave one, completed it with a 5-wave pattern to the upside, then started an A, B, C correction, and this wave C, that's where we are now. We are still below this descending trend line, so in a clear downtrend. We are moving here into the target area, and as I said before, this target area can extend, or ideally I would expect the price to reach 43.3k. That's still what I stick to. This could even extend all the way up to 46k. Only when 46k get broken I will evaluate this scenario, and until then I stick here with my primary scenario that we are still going to see lower prices. That's as simple as it is. All based on the Elliott Wave method rules, all based on Fibonacci levels. And this is exactly why, because if we draw the retracement levels of this wave 3, the wave 4 in which we currently are here in my view. So there's the wave 4. Oh no, I didn't want to move that. So if we zoom in, you can see the 4 there. This is the previous high. We haven't made, I think today we made a higher high, so I'm going to move that there. But this could now extend all the way up to here, ideally 43.3k. That's the 38.2 Fibonacci retracement level. That's the ideal, the best level for a wave 4 to get into. It would also be a very obvious one, because this is here the previous high of that previous wave 3 to 4 of a different degree. Yeah, but typically, or technically, from an Elliott Wave rules point of view and what markets typically do, a wave 4 can also come up to the 0.5 Fib level, which is at 46.3k. So that would be quite a bit of a move up. I don't necessarily think we're going to get there, pretty much because the previous wave 4 here also only went all the way up to the 0.382. Yeah, it did that before, and typically different markets, so for example the crypto market here, typically they always tend to run into the same Fib levels. So historically, for example, when Bitcoin in a wave 4 retracement typically reached the 0.382 Fib level, it's very likely to do that again. Typically these markets don't change their Fib levels. It just is what it is. It just happens. Now I haven't gone back to check all previous waves 4 to see if that was always what Bitcoin did, but it did it the last time. So I think the 0.382 is also generally the most likely wave 4 retracement level. And today, we moved higher. Again, pretty much here in line with expectations, as I've been expecting higher prices before we see a final sell-off. And at the moment though, the price is struggling to push through the Fib level. As you could see how relevant that is, that resistance level. And it's not 39k, it's 38.8. That is where the price can't push through at the moment. But we're getting closer, testing it. And it's getting interesting. I mean, a wave 4, as I said, it can take a long time. It is very unpredictable, which is why normally I personally wouldn't recommend trading it. If someone's in for short-term gains, it's a very risky one, a wave 4, very unpredictable. And you can see that with by looking at these many fake outs, right? I also sometimes watch other YouTubers, TAs, and a lot of people just like to use patterns, but using patterns here, for example, it just is messy, because there are many fake outs in a wave 4, and if you use patterns in a wave 4, especially here, we've seen it also on this channel, there are fake outs. It just does what it wants basically. So still waiting here for that breakthrough, but we're climbing higher, which is the good news, and even made here a slightly higher high today, all the way to just above 39k. So I would expect that to continue, but I can't tell you if it's going to happen today, if we might see another pushback a bit lower and then try it again. Anything that's happening here in that range between 33 and 38.8k is happening within the wave 4, and anything that breaks it, that is then an indication of, right, we are moving on. Otherwise, everything that is really happening within this range is really just happening within the wave 4, and it's just within a range. There is nothing that would now make it more likely to move into another direction from my point of view. But what we need to see is we're very, very close here to a potential breakout here to the upside. That's what I would think is the most likely option, as we are really, really coiling up here, making a series of higher lows. Yeah, even here the latest one, and we should really get that push through. But you can see that there's a lot of selling pressure as well, and the buyers aren't strong enough yet because they couldn't push through that 38.8k. So yeah, be ready for some more upside, I would say. As I said, if we break here 33.8, I think we can see a significant jump. Yeah, that could push us in a first instance here to around 40.5k. That's that red line that I've got here, or 40.6. I think that's the previous lows that you have here, that triple bottom that we had of the previous wave 3 here. So Cardano also seems to finally be moving a little bit, at least, right? We also said this morning that Cardano is or was caught in this pattern here. Yes, so you also have here this triangle pattern, looked a bit like the pattern that Solana was in before it broke here to the upside earlier today and yesterday. And it seems like Cardano has broken out of it now. But we don't have the volume. That's the first thing that I noticed. There is no volume, so it might just trail on. So yeah, it's nothing too exciting. It might actually do something if Bitcoin finally manages to push above the 38.8. Until then, Cardano is just moving sideways. And I see it in the comments that people are already losing patience again with Cardano. And there are comments that Cardano isn't really moving at all, but actually, the whole crypto market is pretty much in a massive correction at the moment. So again, it's not only Cardano, it's basically the whole crypto market, and a lot of cryptos, including Solana, Ethereum, they are in this descending channel, and anything that's just moving in this channel is just part of the downtrend at the moment. So really, Cardano is only doing what the other cryptos are doing as well, with the only difference that Cardano started a bit earlier in the correction. So, that's just what it is. That's just reality. That's just fact. And we just need to wait here for the completion of that downtrend, which could happen now. It could already be in that low, but primarily I would expect now that we've obviously dropped below $1, I would still expect here further downside, that we're coming here into the region between 55 and 30 cents. That's again sitting below between the 0.786 and the 0.887 fib level. But again, there could be some short-term upside here within this channel. And I think that could actually happen with currently a slight upside in the market. We could see that breakout here, but Cardano needs volume, right? Cardano needs volume to push up a bit higher. But again, anything that's just happening here in the channel is still part of the downtrend, yeah? So nevertheless, I think fantastic prices for generally still most cryptocurrencies at the moment. Some more than others, yeah, some very low, some hardly moving, some are doing really well at the moment, but again, they are all, in my view, still in a downtrend. And we need to complete that downtrend. Also, if Bitcoin now moves all the way up to 46k, until it breaks that 46.3, I would stick with my forecast prediction that we are still in a larger downtrend, and that we would see another final move down, probably into the area of around 30k, but most likely lower. Ideally would be between 25 and 27k, but it's said in previous videos that it can also go lower. I've got here on the Bitcoin chart, and that would basically affect altcoins, all altcoins as well. I've got here on the chart this target area, which at the moment I can't just make closer because we're just too far away from it. But I've got the 20 to 29k area here, yeah. But showed you as well that we could even hit here the 16,000 level, but in my view, very unlikely, yeah. But of course possible. Everything's always possible. Nobody has a crystal ball. We can only talk about here the wave count and the Fibonacci levels that with the highest probability will be reached in a certain wave. And so far I think it's been really accurate. Of course it doesn't work all the time. Yeah, nothing works. It's all about probability. So but I think I see it in your comments. It helps a lot of people, which is great. Right, that's my view here on Bitcoin Cardano at the moment. really waiting for further upside now. Could be imminent, another push. So yeah, hopefully you liked the update. If you did, please smash the like button and subscribe. And again, if you really like the content, maybe consider to join as a channel member. You can do that on my website, and for that you can find a link in the description. Alternatively, you can just do it on YouTube. And if you join as silver or gold member, you can get access to Telegram, Discord, and really join the core community, which is a really positive and healthy community. Really happy and pleased about that, and thanks for all your support. And we also do a weekly live stream. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye bye.